to what is going on in the Middle East. And let's return to Michael, who is sitting here next to me in these moving images that we can see of Doha. If you're just joining us, there have been a number of explosions in the Qatari capital, Doha. Israel says it has targeted Hamas delegation, a Hamas negotiation delegation that were in Doha, and they've carried out airstrikes. Whether or not these airstrikes have been successful, we do not know yet. The IDF has not confirmed, but it certainly it has changed the situation in the Middle East in terms of relations between all of the countries there. We were just talking, Michael, about Doha, and of course, we remember that when President Trump did his grand tour of the Middle East back in May, not long after he came to power for a second term, of course, he visited Doha. Yep. He visited and spent time with Al Thani, the Prime Minister and Foreign Minister. How do you square that with him apparently giving the green light to Netanyahu today to bomb the capital?
Well, if that's true, it shows that the United States is very manipulable. I mean, it can be manipulated by Putin, it can be manipulated by Netanyahu. And that Trump seems to have approved, if he has, I'm still a bit skeptical about that until we get the confirmation, but if he has approved it, he's approved something which is against his own interests in trying to generate a meaningful peace process. And I'll be interested to hear, when we get more details of this bombing, how extensive it was. We assume that nobody else was hurt, that no Qataris were hurt in this. If it was in the Qattara district of the city, I think it may have been in the residences where Hamas people were staying, not in any of the areas where they had their meetings, because there'd be other nationals involved, not least Qataris, but also Egyptians, potentially others, Americans as well. So I imagine that given that the Israelis are quite good at this sort of thing, they will have picked their moment very carefully, and I would expect that they have been accurate, and that what they've hit is only the Qatari leadership that they were aiming for. They are normally accurate, not always, but normally fairly accurate. If they have affected, wounded or killed any Qataris, that would make it even more astonishing, really. But I cannot fathom American approval for this in a way that just makes everything worse from America's point of view.
Let's just bring you an image that we have. We can show you the two people who were being targeted were two senior members of the Hamas negotiation team. One of them, Halil al-Hayya, is one of those who we understand